Hello everybody and welcome to R&B Reviews. I'm Rob and today I am joined by my guest reviewer, Justin from Dusk Production as geese are honking by.
Right.
Welcome back. It's great to see you.
Yep, good to be back.
I think the last time we did a review was Thor Ragnarok, back in the fall.
Yep.
Another
yep.
Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're outside the local movie theater. We're about to go inside to see the Avengers Infinity War. It's a movie we've both been kind of looking forward to for some time. We're at a sneak preview before it opens nationwide tomorrow. So we're going to get a sneak peek, so we'll see how that all plays out. So Justin, let's start with you. Now, you're a huge Marvel fan. Now, what are your expectations or what have you heard about this movie?
I heard that a bunch of the Avengers die in this one. And I heard that, from what I heard, Spider-Man's going to die and a few other characters. And Spider-Man has another movie coming out. And I checked, the movie release dates, and Avengers 4 comes out before the next Spider-Man, so my prediction pretty much is if a bunch of the Avengers die, we'll probably still see them again. They'll just be brought back in Avengers 4. That way Spider-Man could be in his movie. So, I mean, that's my guess. But I heard a bunch of the Avengers die. And I also heard that this Avengers movie, the main character is Thanos. He's the main character. He has the most screen time. So.
I've been looking forward to this movie ever since, it's been building up since the first Iron Man movie back in 2010. And it's been building up, and then of course we got a taste of Thanos and the closing credits of the first Avengers movie, and he also appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not really too sure about the death theory that he just spoke about. I know Captain America was supposed to die in Civil War, and he didn't, but in the comic book he does.
But also, Captain Marvel is going to be important. That's coming out this year, I think. This year or next year? I think it's this year. Yeah, it's this year. And it's going to be important to watch that because I heard that Captain Marvel is going to be in the fourth Avengers movie. If most of the Avengers die, then Captain Marvel is going to gather whatever superheroes are left to try to take on Thanos. So it's going to be important. Plus, Clark Gregg, who plays Agent Coulson on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's going to be in Captain Marvel. He's confirmed, which is going to be set in the 90s. So he's going to be returning from TV to the big screen, which also I think that pretty much means that this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be done. It's going to be the last one, and I think this is going to. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the last episode, is going to have something to do with the Infinity War. So.
Yeah, but I'm really excited that just about all of the Marvel superheroes from the cinematic universe are going to be in here, and I can't wait to see how they all interact. All right, well, we're going to be going in pretty soon. You excited?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, we're going to go see the movie, then we're going to come out when it's pitch black out, and then we're going to review the movie. We'll see you in a bit. And we just got out of seeing the Avengers Infinity War. We went to a sneak preview the day before it gets released nationwide and worldwide, and we decided to do something similar to what we did with the Thor Ragnarok. We decided to do a spoiler-free version, and this is the spoiler version because we felt like there was a lot going on that we couldn't really, mention in the video, but we decided we're going to go ahead and do a spoiler video. So if you have not seen the movie, don't watch the video. Go check it out or go check out the spoiler-free video. All right, Justin, now, I know you love Marvel and you're an expert. What'd you think?
It was freaking amazing. The amount of superheroes that die is just unbelievable, and some of the deaths are underplayed, I think. Oh, we lost a superhero, and it's a little dramatic, but it isn't as big, when Gamora dies, it's sad, but it's not epic, and when Spider-Man dies, which I predicted that. That's what I heard. So Spider-Man did die. It was a little sad, but it wasn't oh my God, a big superhero just died, But it all just kind of leads up to the actual war that happens in Wakanda, and it's just crazy. I like the banter between Star-Lord and Iron Man. I thought it was kind of funny. I also like the interaction between Rocket and Thor. Like those two got along really well. While Thor had to do his little side journey to get his new hammer, which is, what was it, Stormbreaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like an axe hammer, which, I mean, it looks cool. I thought, what was that, whatever that guy's name was that helped him forge the new hammer?
Yeah, he's played by Peter Dinklage.
Didn't he say that thing could destroy Thanos?
I think so, yeah. Maybe.
Well, like Thor pretty much stabs him with the thing, and it didn't kill him, and Thanos is just like, you should have went for my head instead, and Thor got him in the chest. But it's just crazy, like the end of the movie, you just see everybody that dies at the end, they just kind of disintegrate, you know? And it's, I don't know, like, if they're gonna come back, and I asked Rob this question, I'm like, if they're gonna bring characters back in the next one, do you think just the people that disintegrated in the movie are gonna come back, or if everybody that died in the movie is gonna come back? Which, I mean, because some of the Avengers didn't disintegrate, some of them were actually killed. So, I mean, and plus the end credit scene was cool. You know, you see Nick Fury, and he's trying to call out because people are disappearing. He called it a code red or something. And he tried calling somebody, and right when he disappeared, his phone went send, and it showed a picture of, what is it, Captain Marvel's logo?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah. Did you think it was a good paced movie?
You know, I mean, there's a lot happening. You really have to pay attention to, like, a lot of detail. Like, for, like, 10 minutes, you're on one planet watching, you know, Thor and you know, some of the, you know, Rocket and the Guardians. And then the next scene, you're on Earth in Wakanda watching, like, Captain America and them. So, I mean, you got to keep up with what's going on everywhere, and everything's just sort of being thrown at you because there's so much. Probably because it's setting up for the next Avengers, which I think is going to be even more epic than this one.
This one really packed an emotional punch with me. I really liked how all the characters that were paired up, like, they had great scenes together. I mean, I was kind of disappointed that Ant-Man wasn't in the movie, but I predict that since the next Marvel movie coming out is Ant-Man and the Wasp, he'll probably play a bigger role, or at least play a role in the next Avengers movie. But yeah, this one was very, it is a darker movie, and I was always on the edge of my seat, you know, because I was always wondering what was going to happen to some characters. Like, it really hurt to see Loki die, but at the same time, I felt like I felt like even with the third Thor movie, you could only take him so far before, as even in that movie, Thor said that he was starting to become predictable, but it still kind of hurt to see him go. So there was a lot of drama. All the characters, I think, had different conflicts that they're facing. Not only you got Thanos, and you also got some of the other characters that have their own personal dramas going on. And, you know, the action scenes were pretty good. Some of the special effects were good, but there were a few that I thought weren't as good. Like, for example, there's Mark Ruffalo who takes over one of the Iron Man suits, and you could kind of tell that it's kind of fake.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing, like, Thanos beat the hell out of Hulk, and then Heimdall, is that his name? He sends Hulk back to Earth, and he turns back into Banner. And, like, after that fight scene, you barely see the Hulk. Like, the Hulk doesn't fight. The Hulk is actually afraid to come back out. Like, Banner keeps actually arguing with the Hulk, which was actually kind of funny, but it also makes you think, it's like, dude, the Hulk is, like, afraid to come out to fight. Like, so, you know, pretty much Banner is in the Hulkbuster suit fighting, you know.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. And like he mentioned, there's a lot of stories going on, and it is kind of a slower movie. There's a few points where it does move pretty quick, but you have to keep in mind they're trying to bring as many characters into the film as possible. So I am kind of wondering whether the, you know, younger kids that usually go to see these movies, whether they're going to be able to handle the slower pace or not. And of course, there's, like we mentioned, there's characters die, but I think some of them are going to come back in the next Avengers movie. I would definitely say check this out on the big screen. I think it's worth it, and of course stay after the credits for the ending scene that he mentioned. But it's definitely, for me, it definitely packed an emotional punch. It's a darker film, but you know, it's going to play up to the next Avengers movie, because I know years ago that they were going to make an Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2. And it looks like the next Avengers 4 is probably going to be the Part 2, carrying on where this film left off. And I'm sure some of what we see in Ant-Man and the Wasp coming up is going to, you know, play a role in that film as well. And of course, there's Captain Marvel as well. So, Justin, how do you rate the movie?
Definitely see it in theaters. And I also have to add, take that DC, because Marvel does it better.
Okay, well, I will admit I like this one more than Justice League, but I still like Justice League. Yeah.
That's no. How can you even like DC after seeing this movie? They even poke
they're
fun
different.
at DC at this.
I know. I mean, and of course, Deadpool in the trailer we saw, you know, he was poking fun at the Avengers movie too. So, yeah. I mean, they're different. You know, it's like the old thing. You know, like it's like the joke from The Simpsons. You know, it's when the comic book guy is getting dumped by Mrs. Krabappel. He's like, I don't understand. It's like I'm DC and you're Marvel, and he's like, I understand completely. I mean, granted, the new DC movies aren't as good as, like, the Batman movies from the late 80s and early 90s, and even the Dark Knight trilogy, but I mean, this one, you know, it's still entertaining.
Yeah, definitely see it in theaters, and definitely check out every Marvel movie between now and the next Avengers, so.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. If you're interested, go to the comment page. You can leave comments about the movie if you have seen it, and of course, like the video. Check out his channel, Dust Productions, and if you're interested, look at some other reviews of movies that you can watch at home or see on the big screen. Justin, thanks again for coming to see this movie with me and reviewing it. It's great to have you back.
No problem.
All right, and if you want to see him back, you know, post that in the comment box as well. I'd like to see him back as well. All right, thank you very much for watching.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.